Goncalo Inacio continues to be linked with Manchester United, Jules.
Oh, your boy.
Good fit or just the right agent?
Both, I think. Right agent for sure. Good fit, yes, because United needs some centre-backs. Come on, we can't have another Johnny Evans, Maguire. I mean,
The only thing is he, like, as you know, he's my boy.
He's your boy.
I really like him.
Yeah, I'm more of an Antonio Silva guy, to be fair.
Okay. But in terms of fit, if you assume, I mean, the best centre back at Manchester United right now, assuming everybody's fit, is Lisandro, right? Although I think Rafael Varane is still under contract until June 30th.
Yeah,
but whatever,
that's true,
right?
That's true.
Lisandro Martinez is small. Gonzalo Inacio, also small.
Yeah.
I mean, ball playing, you'd have two ball playing guys, which is fine, but like in the Premier League, I don't want to be obsessed with height, and obviously Lisandro.
That's why I would go for Silva more than Inacio if I was United, and if I was Liverpool and I was looking for a centre back to replace Matip. Okay, I don't think they would take somebody as expensive as Goncalo Inacio because you already have Konate and one side. But if exactly to play with Virgil. For United, I think Silva is a great fit. I think you could make it work with Inacio as well, but one of those two, I'd be very happy if I was a United fan anyway. Fenerbahce president Ali Koch says that Mourinho and his staff are costing the club 12 million euros a year. So him and his staff, Gab, is still one of the highest paid coaches in the world.
Yeah, and look, I know we've often been. There's 2 points to make this. First of all, I know obviously his salary is going to get out in the media. To have your boss go and talk about your salary and how much it's costing him, it does turn the screws in terms of pressure a little bit, right?
We kind of know anyway, right? That he's in his ballpark.
Yeah, it's a big difference when the guy comes out and actually says, look, you know, it's like, we're paying Jules so much money, you know, like, it's a bit, yeah. But beyond that, the reality is, would we be talking about the new Fenerbahce coach as much as we are if his name wasn't Jose Mourinho?
No, he's still a massive star. You saw the welcome he got.
If Carlos Corberán was the new Fenerbahce coach, we probably would not be discussing this. So he brings a level of attention and sponsorship and so on, which is why he gets paid more money. Like, if they can afford him, more power to him. I mean, my view in general is that most coaches should not be paid this much money, period. But whether Mourinho or otherwise. But he does bring that value add, which somebody else wouldn't bring. Mikel Arteta is apparently a big fan of Girona's Viktor Chigankov, who is available for some 30 million euros. Jules, this makes zero sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to you.
No, I mean, I haven't heard this one. A wide player like a winger like Chigankov is not the priority right now. Arsenal,
I would think they have enough wide players. They have 5, 6, 7.
Definitely. And they're looking more at number 6, number 8 than a wide player. So it might be on a list somewhere. And I'm sure there's a few clubs that looked at him because he was really good with Girona this season, for sure, for his first year in La Liga. But for Arsenal, it's definitely not the priority right now for them.
Carlos Corberán, your friend Steve Cooper, former Forest coach, and Ruud van Nistelrooy are reportedly in the frame to replace Enzo Maresca at Leicester. Jules, this is quite the spread of the 3 managers, not just in the way they look,
but their style as well,
But their style as well.
Yeah, very, very different. I mean, we often say that, right? When we see short list of clubs and we're like, why are they all contenders when they are all so different in terms of football style? You thought that as an owner or sporting director, you say, okay, I want a coach that plays like this. So your short list is only coaches that play like the way you want your team to play. I don't know. I would like Ruud van Nistelrooy to be back to England and see Cooper and Corberán. We know we've seen them either in the Championship and Premier League for Cooper. Van Nistelrooy is a little bit different. For the people who didn't follow him at PSV, that was a good season. And yeah, I think of the 3, he'll be my pick.
All right, I'm a Carlos Corberán guy, as you know. So.
Yeah.
Ross Barkley is reportedly on his way to Aston Villa. Jules, you did not want to do this quick hit. He's like,
Why?
this is Ross Barkley.
Why are we doing Ross Barkley from Luton to I mean, Aston Villa, we're
It's
not
a
even
wonderful
sure.
comeback story. Ross Barkley comes out. He is the phenom. He is Everton's version of Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
Right? Here's a guy who's bigger and stronger, more talented than everybody else.
Yeah.
And then he gets injured. Then he loses his way. Then he's terrible. Then he bounces around.
Then he goes to France, and then that's changed everything.
Did he go Chelsea before France? I forget.
Yeah, Chelsea, and then
bad
Nice.
at Chelsea, bad in France.
No, it was not that bad in France.
Yeah, right, but playing
Well
with the
done at
Muppets.
Luton. Well done for him if he gets one last big contract, because obviously I think he's 31 this year.
I like the comeback.
You like the comeback?
You don't like the comeback,
I don't know. I think he's going to become a squad player, Aston Villa.
which is fine. It's not like Villa don't have that many guys in midfield.
No, I know, but we talk about Conor Gallagher going to maybe Aston Villa.
Weston McKennie maybe
Ross
going to
Barkley.
Aston Villa.
That's a lot of players linked with Aston Villa. I'm good for you, Ross. Really good for you. You're right. The comeback
Don't
is
be
great.
a hater with
I'm
Ross
not a
Barkley.
hater with Ross. I'm just saying, like, this is not really, this doesn't passionate, like, you know, not too passionate about that. That's all. Not that I'm passionate much by the next one either, but Chucky Lozano's next up could be in MLS. Our expansion team, San Diego FC. You're happy with this move?
I think it's a great move. I think he can obviously still play. Obviously, he's Mexican. Moving to San Diego is about... I don't think you can move any closer to Mexico while staying in the U.S. at an MLS team than going to San Diego.
That's true.
So, by all means, it's a marquee signing for a franchise that's going to start playing in 2025. Nothing wrong with
what
that.
about
I do
Lewandowski?
wonder what he's going to do until then. But
Yeah, true. What about Lewandowski maybe going to LA Galaxy and could be reunited with Marco Reus? Do you think Barcelona could let him go? Do you think they would be tempted to let him go? And do you think he could be tempted to go to MLS?
But on this Lewandowski business, I've really had it with this guy. If you go, if you go and you help, I'm not saying you got Xavi sacked single-handedly, but it's obvious that he was one of the people who did not see eye to eye with Xavi, right?
Yeah.
Just was so much important to
definitely.
him. So wait, let me get this right. You get the club to ditch Xavi and humiliate one of the greatest ever players, right? You bring in your pal Happy Hansi, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, "See you guys, I'm off to LA to go to go play with freaking Marco Reus." Are you serious? Like, really? Like, if you're Barcelona, yeah, if LA comes with a big fat transfer fee and promises to take his enormous
And you
wages
get rid of
away,
it. Yeah, you get rid of it.
maybe you don't have a choice, right? Maybe Laporta finally runs out of levers. But it would reflect really, really badly on Robert Lewandowski if he did this. Really, really badly.